It's your boy Bones, and tonight I want to take a look at out of print and hard to find Blu-rays and DVDs. Now, one of the rarest DVDs in my collection, you don't really see in other people's collections. I mean, I haven't. I've been watching YouTube for years. I started off watching like shelf videos and collection videos, and I never really saw anybody that had this movie. But of course, first off, if you ever find unsolved mysteries, these are good ones to pick up because they're pretty rare. This is just an example, but I do have some other sets like ghosts and UFOs. But if you ever see unsolved mysteries around, pick it up. Of course, I own the Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray, which you do see in people's collections, but this is going for a good amount online. Maybe like 60-80 bucks. But I picked this up, I think it was $3. I picked this up at a pawn shop maybe like 2 years ago. Of course, recently, like maybe a couple months back, I found Apocalypto. I knew it was rare then, but now it's even more rare. Now it's going for up there in price on online. But I picked this up for $2 at a pawn shop, and actually I had been looking for it, and when I found it, I was like, yes, I finally found Apocalypto. You never know, I might end up finding another one, and I might trade it, or you never know. If I ever find another one, I'll show it. So, you know, if anybody wants, you could hit me up. Of course, I have the classic My Bloody Valentine, which is also going up in price. It's out of print. I actually did find another one of these maybe last year, and I ended up selling it on eBay. I usually don't sell my stuff, but since I already had one and then I had an extra one, I ended up getting 45 bucks for it. I think I bought it for like $2.50 or $3, so that was pretty cool. And of course, another company that you want to look for is Anchor Bay. Usually, you know, not all the time, but if it has Anchor Bay and it's old, it might be out of print. Like this, I actually picked this up at the swap meet for 50 cents. The final program. And actually, when I looked it up, it ended up being pretty rare. It did have the insert, but this one the same. I think the cheapest one is 60 bucks, and then you have like 80 to even 100 bucks for this. So, you know, this was a surprise when I found it. I saw it was Anchor Bay and I picked it up, and it ended up being worth a good amount of money. So I mean, not like I'm gonna sell it because I only have one, but. And now we get to the movie that I wanted to show here today on this video. Now, like I said, I've seen lots of collection videos, but I've never seen anybody have this movie. And if you go look it up right now on eBay, I think I was watching one time on an auction, and it sold for 105. But it was it had the insert with it, and it's Mio in the Land of Far Away. And I actually do have a funny story. This does have the insert. I actually have a funny story of when I bought this, which was I think probably like 2 years ago. And what happened was I went into the pawn shop, and I think the movies were $1, and I think I bought like 10 movies. And I was like, oh, you know, there's nothing else I want. And I was going through the like pushing them out, and I didn't even see the Anchor Bay on there. And I looked at it, and then I just pushed it back in, and I left it there. And I was like, you know, because I didn't recognize it, so I just like, you know, I didn't even look at it. And then maybe 3 days later, I went back to the same pawn shop, and I was like, yeah, I was passing by, and I was like, yeah, I got time, so I'm just gonna stop and see if there's anything else, you know, new or whatever. And then when I was looking, there was a couple of other new things, But then I saw this one again, and I was like, oh, it's that same movie that I passed up on. And then I saw the Anchor Bay thing. So then I picked it up, I pulled it out, and I looked at it, and I saw that it had Christian Bale and Christopher Lee. And I was like, Anchor Bay has the insert. I might as well go ahead and pick it up. And then when I got home and I looked it up, yeah, they're going for, more than, around $100. And there's even been some on there for like $250, but who's gonna pay $250 for a movie? You never know. But this is not on YouTube. I'm not sure about VHS. I never looked around for it. But this is a pretty rare movie you don't hear people talking about. If you go on YouTube, there is some videos about this movie, but it mostly talks about how people don't really talk about it, and it's rare. And I actually never seen this. Like, I've watched it, like I skipped through it, but I've never seen it. Like, this is not like Never Ending Story that I saw like 100 times. I just never heard of it. But looks pretty creepy. Like, the kid takes a ride on a beard. I mean, it's like a mushroom fuel, or like get ready for a psychedelic trip, because this movie's like pretty weird, but it looks interesting. I'm glad to have it in the collection. If anybody has this one, tell me about it, or if they watched it and they never knew what it was, go ahead and comment. But this is in my collection. I never seen anybody else have it in their collection. It's pretty rare, and I paid $1 for it. So anyways, guys, that's it for tonight. Just wanted to show you guys this movie. Happy hunting for movies out there. See you on the next one.
Playing for the garden.